Welcome back to Physics with Miyoshi. Today we're here to talk about thermodynamics and the first law of thermodynamics. So, what is the first law of thermodynamics? Well, the first law of thermodynamics is expresses the relationship between work, heat, and internal energy. And that expression is down here, but let's talk about each of these things in turn. Internal energy, that's all these molecules bouncing around and hitting each other. And we know that those molecules have potential energy and kinetic energy, and they have other energy as well. And the internal energy is an expression of all those different kinds of energy, even though we may not know what they all are. When we look at a system, when we look at thermodynamics, we're always looking at systems, remember? And it's the system and then all the surrounding area around it, so everything else. And we think about heat. Heat is designated with a Q, capital Q, and it's positive. The normal convention is it's positive when the system is gaining heat energy. So when I add heat to my system, that's a positive Q, and it's negative when the system is losing heat. So that's a negative Q when it's going away from there. Work, very similarly, but it's positive when my work is being done by the system. So if I have a system like my car engine, and it's doing work by moving the car, that's when the work is positive. If I have to do work to the system, that's when my work is negative. And then the internal energy, even though the heat and the work affect my internal energy, but it matters how I get there, that's more important than just how much, or just the work and the energy, than the heat added. So the processes change my internal energy differently. So that's why they say that that internal energy is a function of state and not just my work and my heat. So even though the internal energy, my change in internal energy which is internal energy final minus internal energy initial, is my work or my heat minus my work. The way I get these work or the heat and the work will change depending on the process. So that's why they talk about internal energy being a function of state rather than anything else. So first law of thermodynamics, again, it's my change in internal energy is equal to my heat minus my work. And as I do work to the system or take work away from the system, that changes my internal energy. As I add heat or subtract heat from my system, that changes my internal energy based on this equation. And that's the first law of thermodynamics. So, a way to understand the relationships between work, heat, and internal energy, that's what the first law of thermodynamics is. And we'll get more thermodynamics next time on Physics with Miyoshi. So thank you again for tuning in. We'll be back next time for more Physics with Miyoshi.